rest of our product. And today, I will talk about something new about our project, that is our testnet. This is our first time to talk about our testnet publicly, and we would like to give this opportunity to our Korean meetup to thank you for the opportunity to support us. First, I would like to give you a brief introduction of what Blockcloud is, and I really like this sentence by the founder of Facebook. Connectivity is a human right, and the mission of Blockcloud is to provide constant connectivity for dynamic networks. And our vision is that in the near future, almost all the electronic devices will be connected to the internet. So we will be embracing a world with trillions of connected electronic devices, and this would produce us a trillions of dollars of market. However, there's something wrong with the current architecture of the internet. For example, here is a accident of an automatic driving car happened in Europe last year. Because of the network failure of the navigation system, there was a huge accident. And this is the missile defending system of the United States. During the past 3 years, there were 3 failures of this missile defending system because of the failure of the controlling system of the network. And this is another very big accident happened in the United States because of the network failure of the automatic controlling system of the transportation. So there was a huge traffic jam. And some of the reasons behind this is that the internet was designed about 60 years ago, and at that time the internet was very simple, just like this, and we developed cloud computing services like about 20 years ago. But now, with the development of Internet of Things and the coming of 5G technology, the internet is more and more be like this, and it's much more complicated and connecting with much more devices. So that means we do need to improve the architecture of the internet. Otherwise, there will be more connected devices on the road, but the architecture of the internet is a little bit old, so there will be a lot of inconvenience happens in the current internet. For example, sometimes if we are in a very crowded area, we have a bad experience of our Wi-Fi access, or if we travel on the plane. So even if there is a Wi-Fi signal, the internet access is really bad. So what Blockcloud is doing is to reinvent the architecture of the some parts of the architecture of the current internet to make it faster, safer, and more stable for the Internet of Things and 5G technology and coming new era. And this is what Blockcloud is doing. We are reinventing and improving the internet network stack at the layer 0, that is the transport layer and the network layer. So this is fundamental of the current internet architecture, and we improve this TCP/IP part to make the current internet more faster and stable. And the difference between Blockcloud and other projects like something like IOTA or IPC or IOTEX is that all those things are running on top of the transport layer, but Blockcloud is improving the transport layer itself. And this is the architecture, technical architecture of Blockcloud. We have a layered, loosely coupled layered structure that each layer can evolve independently. In the four-layered structure, the first layer is our blockchain layer that is used to record the transactions and provide incentives for the internet nodes to share resources to improve the performance of the network. And this is our smart contract layer to provide credibility for the service of the services of the network. And the top layer 4 and layer 3 are from our past research field that leverages the future internet technology to improve the speed and the reliability of the network itself. So, and because the limitation of the time, I will not go too deep into the technical part, but I want to show you some of our use cases. This is one of our use cases. We are collaborating with the world's top 500 companies, and we provide hash functions on the edge of their network. They have a very large network nationally in China and also internationally. And Blockcloud build an overlay network for them to efficiently collect the sensor data and trigger specific operations. And those operations include smoke detection, safety harmless weather detection, and also the artificial intelligence for detecting bad people. And this is one of the use cases we are collaborating with the transportation system of one of the provinces in China. And I will show you the live picture of this use case. We are collaborating with 5G technology and also the edge computing technology for the transportation controlling system to automatically recognize traffic accidents. And this is another use case we are collaborating with a Chinese internet company that currently the IT department of that enterprise are using all kinds of those cloud computing services, and it makes them really hard to manage those different cloud computing services. But with Blockcloud, we can just communicate with Blockcloud, and Blockcloud will manage all kinds of those different cloud computing services and provide a uniform interface or API to the IT department. It makes it really convenient, fast, and easy to manage different cloud computing services. And this is one of our use cases, collaborating with a streaming service provider. So currently, the bandwidth and saving costs account for around 50% of their costs. But with Blockcloud, we incentivize the edge computers and edge users to share the resources and computing power. So with Blockcloud, we can reduce the cost of that enterprise by about 20%. Here is our token economy, and blockchain and the token economy is very important in our system because we have a proof of a service mechanism, and each service provider that wants to provide service to the internet to improve the performance of the network needs to hold the block tokens and deposit to the system. And the amount of tokens deposited to the system is proportional to the value of the service provided to the network. For example, if I want to charge $100 for a service, I need to deposit more than $100 equivalent tokens in my wallet. If I want to charge 200, I need to deposit more than 200. And in this way, the more people provide service to the network, the more people hold tokens, and the value of tokens will go higher. And another way is that if I'm a service user, if I want to use the service in the network, I have to pay tokens to buy the service. And also, we have the miners are very important in our system because the miners are the node who can support services in the network. And whenever a miner provides the storage or computational or bandwidth resources, it will be rewarded by tokens. And the more miners in the system, the more reliable, the faster, and the better performance the system will be. And the more miners, the more service providers will be, and the more tokens will be held, and the value of the tokens will increase. Here I want to show you some of our parts of our testnet, and this is our first time to release our testnet, and I want to show it lively.
어딘데요?
And this is our
의료기업?
yeah. This is our blockchain explorer. We build our own blockchain. It is not Ethereum or EU's. This is called compacted DAG. So it's a hybrid consensus mechanism that combines the advantages of iota handle and proof of work. And here is our testing wallet. I transfer, just a very simple example. Yes, and here, yeah, you can see the node is being generated. Yeah, and you can see the transaction here. And you refresh it. Yeah, so the transaction is done. And currently the speed for one transaction, the average speed is around like 10 seconds. And according to our current testing, the maximum confirmation speed is less than 1 minute. And it is still just a very simple testnet. When it is improved, the GPS and the performance will be faster and faster. And this is another, so we have a 4-layer structure. The wallet and the blockchain explorer is the first layer and the second layer. And this is our 4th layer to automatically disseminating the compute the services to the network. It's like this. Yes. So in Blockcloud, the service provider, whatever the service provides, it might be a streaming service for certain kinds of function or a artificial intelligence function, it disseminates this service to the Blockcloud system, and the Blockcloud system will automatically and optimally disseminate this service to all the nodes or the miners who can serve this service. And this is our core technology. So we have an optimized routing system, optimized disseminating system, and it is really fast. And if you are a service user, if you want to use the service provided by a specific provider, you do not need to know him, or you do not need to know where the service is. You just call the function from the Blockcloud system, and the Blockcloud system will automatically find the best and the closest and the miner who have the best performance for this end user. And this is the one of our use cases I just mentioned. This is Jiangsu province in China, and those they have thousands of cameras on the road, and currently they are doing artificial intelligence on the camera side to automatically detect traffic accidents. And what Blockcloud is doing is that because the streaming data are very large, they cannot transfer the data to their IT center and calculate it centrally. So we build an overlay network to connect their cameras and to automatically provide computational function at the nearest place. So they can monitor the traffic on the road clearly and through the artificial intelligence for detecting the traffic accident efficiency. And the blockchain part is to provide the credibility for those cameras and the service providers. A brief introduction of our team. This is me. I was a visiting scholar to Princeton University and got my PhD degree in Tsinghua University. And also, I like career very much because when I was a college student, I was a visiting student to KAIST, the KAIST University for a short period. And at that time, I really enjoyed my time in Korea. So I want afterwards, when we started Blockcloud project, the Korean community supported us a lot. So I really want to do more in Korea to bring more value to Korean markets and Korean community. And this is our core team. Most of the technical people, we have been know each other for many years, and the co-founder Dai is also there. About 50% of our core technical team have a PhD degree and have been in the internet industry for more than 10 years. And this is our advisory board. We have a very talented and great advisory board. Among it, we have a Nobel Prize winner who is currently the chief of the Harvard Business School. And we also have Fred Baker, who was one of the pioneers in the internet, who attended the design and development of current internet about 50 years ago. And we also have about 16 full professors in the internet field and engineering. Yeah, those are all professors in the computer science and engineering field. And those are some of the collaborators we are having business with, and some of them we have got a contact, some of them we are having a very good competition, and we will have very good collaboration in the future. We are a international team and project, so we really understand the importance of the community. So last year we traveled to about 12 countries and regions to meet different people and community members in the world. And currently we have about 300,000 followers in about 22 countries and regions. And here are some of our activities in Korea. And Korea is one of our most important focused place. And we are doing extensive marketing here. And also we are talking to some of the enterprises in Korea to approach real business here. This is our Kakao community, and if you have interest, welcome to our community. And today we have some airdrop for you, and welcome. And we are the first IO project of OKX, and we launched OKX on April the 10th, and we got a very good performance in the secondary market. And we also would like to thank you, OKX, for supporting us always. And that concludes my presentation, and thank you.